Hi, it's me again. So some of you have asked about how did I reach this place within myself? How did I navigate and maneuver? How did I find the light and the love? It's a long process, and this is regarding mothers and daughters. This is regarding my relationship with my mom, because many of you have seen what happened to Simone, and many have questions. Some of you have asked me certain things, and on this day, I'm going to address one particular aspect of my journey to my own sense of self. When I was in my, growing up, especially after I moved out, I'd never really told people who my mother was. And how do you lead with that anyway? Oh, what does your mother do? Yeah, well, you know who my mother is? I mean, no, it's just not what I wanted to do. And I wanted people to know me for me and know that that was authentic. And so there was a good friend of mine that I had known for a period of time. And finally I shared with him who my mother was. And this was in Los Angeles, in Leimert Park actually. And he said to me, you know, as the only child of Nina Simone, you can't run away forever. It's gonna catch up to you. And I was not happy with that truth. I wasn't happy with him in that moment, but I also recognized the truth in his words. And I realized that running away was not the answer, because I ran for a long time. So I decided to turn and face my legacy. And in so doing, I had to turn and face my relationship with my mom. And I put her in a training program, which she didn't know she was in how to love me. And in order to do that, I had to figure out myself what that meant. You know, so many times when we're in our parental relationships as the children, which is what I'm specifically referring to here, when we move out and become grown, that dynamic remains the same. We want their blessing, we come home, we turn into a child, they talk to us a certain way, we soak certain things up, we don't tell them how we really feel or how they're treating us a certain way makes us feel. And I decided that I would start to vocalize when mom would say or do things that hurt me or made me feel bad, angry. That took courage, because mom was no joke. But it also forced me to start honoring myself and finding my voice. So, and I figured my rationale was, my mother loves me, of course, and if she knows that certain words or phrases or attitudes or actions hurt me, then she'll think twice and eventually maybe even stop. And if she doesn't, well, then I would know what to do in that situation as well. And so I started to let her know when I didn't want to be in a conversation anymore or be in the room with her anymore because she was acting a certain kind of way. And there was the grinding of gears. Oh, definitely. I was being very insubordinate, but she had to learn. And what I thought also was that all of my life, for all of us, we've lived in our parents' worlds. We've grown up with our parents. They were the ones in control. They set the rules. They paid for everything. They taught us. We're their offspring and their descendants. So everything has been in accordance with their vibration and they're dynamic. Well, living in mom's world could be an extremely stress-filled world. So I decided she's going to learn. All these years, I've been living in her world. Now, she's going to learn how to live in mine. Because in my world, at the end of a conversation, we all still feel good. So it took a while, you know, but mom started to respect me more. She started to think twice about her tone and her choice of words, because she realized that I wouldn't stay on the phone, or I wouldn't stay around. I wouldn't answer her calls. So a lot of times we don't have to yell back. We don't have to make a big announcement. Sometimes we just have to change our behavior. Oftentimes we cry and we bellow, but we don't change our behavior. Once we change the pattern and change our behavior, then the relationship shifts, and those in question, their behavior changes as well. And by the time my mother died on April 21st, 2003, our relationship was one of where we could actually have a pleasant give and take, and we were making great strides. And well, you see my smile? We still had a long way to go, and I was so angry with her for a long time for dying before my dream and vision of what was possible could have been realized. But since then, I have come to be grateful for what we were able to achieve together, those moments. And you know, when I would get nervous because I was coming to see her, I realized she was getting nervous too. It wasn't just me feeling conflicted or, you know, out of sorts, or what's going to happen, or, you know, all those thoughts that we have when we overthink. She did too. Isn't that something? So that's my little story for today. Prayerfully, this helps someone in your own relationship. Feel free to ask me questions. You know, my Instagram is Lisa Simone Official. That's where I think it's best to just pose your questions to me, because I'm on Instagram all the time. And then I will answer your questions here on YouTube. It's my absolute pleasure. Bye.